and welcome to Midweek. My name is Michelle Wingle, and my soul's purpose is to move the planet forward, healing myself and others emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. I have hundreds of hours of training, but when I trust my intuitive gifts, I am at my best self. In my one-on-one sessions, I help people find peace and calm in the midst of their struggles, and my goal here is to do the same with you 1 week at a time. As we begin, big shout out for Veterans Day. Check out my post on Instagram and Facebook about that. My heart is tied to the veterans. My son serves in the US Air Force. So check that out. And to celebrate Veterans Day, I'm begging you to join us tonight at 8 p.m. on the Wholeness Network page on Facebook for a live we are going to share with you a wonderful message from Chad Hymas. He's has record holding around the world speaking engagements. So he is a phenomenal teacher and speaker. And so we are going to share with you tonight at 8 p.m. on the Wholeness Network Facebook page. So today I want to talk about, as human beings, we like sure things. We love predictability and order in our lives, and we like to feel safe, except for when we don't. We like movies with a twist. We love unexpected movements on an amusement ride, and we love to ride on the edge of danger. So two conflicting experiences there. And last year, my husband and I traveled 3,700 miles over and through 2 countries and 11 states. And it was the greatest adventure because we didn't exactly know where we were going next or what the journey would have in store. So it was actually the uncertainty that created the excitement. So when miracles happen, we can define them as good outcomes that we don't understand or that we don't have any logic or reason attached to it. And we love these things and we accept them, and we don't have a need to have answers. So to repeat that, when a miracle comes in, it is a complete uncertainty. We are uncertain of where, why, how, or what, but we allow that uncertainty to exist in our lives. Can you think of a miracle in your life? And what was it like at that time as you look back? What did it feel like? When bad things happen, we try to make sense of it. We don't accept it. We don't love it. We might even call them bad because they were unexpected or unpredicted. So almost the same tone, but a different reaction. Many times our brains need answers. The mental body has one goal, and that is to keep us safe. Keep whoever's there, the body, safe. And the concept of unsure will drive the mind to find a sure anyway and at any cost. The mind works best when things are certain, except when it doesn't. Like when we feel something is a miracle, then it doesn't need to have all these answers. If we let the brain have its frantic way, then finding certainty can show up like assuming, judging, mind reading, blaming, anything it can create to try and know what is unknown. Anything to make it seem like there is certainty or a reason. It seems to me that we might be living on a spectrum of miracles on one end and conspiracy on the other. On one end, we accept the not knowing, and on the other, we find a reason, even if that reason requires us to fill in some blanks with some information that we don't know for sure. So how can we spend more time on the side of miracle in this spectrum? What do we have against the unknown, the non-order, or the uncertainty at one end, at the other end of the spectrum, and not on the other? So it takes some really slowing down so that we can understand what's going on. And get ready, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some uncertain things into certainty for you right now, and your mental body is going to love it, because this is what happens when we slow it down and really look at what's happening. when we are uncomfortable with unknown. So we love to make sense and have understanding of things, and that's what we're going to talk about. Being uncertain about something we dislike sends uncomfortable sensations in the body. Think about how that feels to you. Maybe there is what we might call a sinking sensation, maybe a burning, a yucky feeling in our gut, kind of a sick feeling, maybe tension in our muscles. You can feel yourself just tense up a little bit. Our minds race and run thoughts that are attached to these sensations through past experience most of the time. The mind looks for reasons as to why these sensations are appearing. Then we feel emotions that feel yucky in the body, and it repeats and repeats. Sensations, thoughts, emotions, over and over again. Many times it doesn't stop until there is something to blame, and then the anger helps shift us into something else. But, the real enemy is the sensations, the thoughts, and the emotions. That's the key. If they didn't exist, then there would be no problem. If there was no reaction, it would pass us by. We wouldn't even notice it was there. And so have you ever been around someone that's struggling with something or really upset about something, and you're hearing what they say, but you're not as affected by the situation? You're just not receiving the sensations, thoughts, and emotions. You're listening, but you can clearly see the difference between your reaction and theirs. It's kind of like a merry-go-round that they seem to be on, and it's hard to join them if it's not going through this sequence. So when we can accept the sensations, thoughts, and emotions are where our battles are with certainty actually taking place, then winning the war is always, always possible. So the battle is with the merry-go-round, not with the story. So let's backtrack and test the theory on miracles. So remember, miracles were unexpected and without certainty, but somehow they were non-threatening. So, and often miracles are called miracles because they are unknown with no solid explanation. I mean, that's the definition of a miracle. There's no other explanation for it. So it's the ultimate unknown. And we don't seem to rush to find a solution to that. But when miracles happen, sensations of maybe yummy, warm fill our body, and maybe we have like a tingly sensation, and we may feel like a feeling of filling up or swelling within us. It feels like almost empowering. And we have thoughts of amazement and gratitude and feelings of love and awe, sending more sensations and thoughts. And we've all had these moments, and we want more of these. By practicing the slowing down of both these experiences, our lives can be better, exponentially better. And it's not just about getting rid of the conspiracy and adding the miracle. It's about being in both at the same time. During the miracle, we could sit in that goodness a little longer, really seeing the feeling, the awe that accompanies it. And what if, when those sensations of sinking or tensions kick in, we stop? Maybe we don't catch it at first until thoughts or emotions show up. But what if we had a practice or a technique, which is just help for that moment, so that when we see the merry-go-round happening, independent of whatever story is playing out, we can shape it and reform the sensations, which change the thoughts, which affect the emotions. And that's what I have come to learn for myself, that it's possible to have these moments to stop in its tracks the merry-go-round of this experience. And if we could be in that moment where we catch ourselves triggered with the sensation in the body and the thoughts that start to run and the emotions that start to play out, if we could stop that and reform it, like I say, and shape it wouldn't that be a miracle? And that is what my work is all about. Techniques and tools all meant to create miracles out of conspiracies. Today, I want to share with you 3 songs. I couldn't narrow it down to one, but there are 3 songs that are about miracles. And I'm going to link them below in my feed, so make sure you catch those. But remember that a miracle, when a controversy shows up, let's say, when a conspiracy shows up, when we're feeling uncomfortable, when something doesn't make sense, and we can begin to see our minds creating reasons to make that sense. Let's take a breath and move it into a miracle. So last week we did the tapping technique. That's one of the techniques that you can use, but there's so many more to help you breathe into the miracle. So I'll leave you today with to remember to look for those songs about miracles. Remember the veterans today, and remember tonight at 8 p.m. on the Wholeness Network's Facebook page, we've got a watch party happening and you will not want to miss it. So we'll see you next time.